there are about 42, 43 people here at the campus. Here. I hope everyone's coming on the screen. Yeah. So that's what we have on the campus, and I'm told there are about 32 online. Yeah, and we are expecting about 10 more people to join in. Right? I'm just giving you an indication of the number of people who are attending, and we have here, who you see on Zoom, our speaker, Mr. Zafar Khan, whose introduction you already got. Yet I feel it is worth introducing him. I have known him from the time when he started Hair Espresso for Javed Habib, although his own experience in franchising goes to over 3 decades. And he has used that as a tool to help people rapidly expand without making much of an investment, because as you understand, franchising is an asset-light model, you know. And of course, he's done it for companies in other sectors as well. So when we were planning this, I think he was on top of my list in terms of people who could enlighten us. And the way we will structure this is I've asked him to give us an overview. And after that, we'll open it up for questions. After that, we'll have 2 more speakers joining in. Mr. Ajay Gupta and Anand Jain, who will join us. And I have also kept a surprise in the end, which is there are, I think, about 10 people who want to give a franchise. There are many others in the batch. There are many other participants who may have that in mind, but 10 who want to make a pitch. And we have given them a minute to address you and make that pitch. Idea was what? They are able to reach out to the other 60, 70 people here in case they are interested in connecting further. And the 60, 70 people are not just getting knowledge, but a real opportunity, which they can obviously explore. How to explore that opportunity, you will learn before that. Correct? So I think whatever Mr. Zafar Khan will speak will be relevant for the ones who are making the pitch also, and for the ones who are interested also. Okay. So that's how we will structure it. Vis-a-vis the 2 other speakers also, I will try to follow an approach where we will let them speak for a few minutes, and then either I'll open up Q&A for you, or I'll take up the Q&A on your behalf.
So to understand the system of franchising is nothing but you're leasing that brand. Not only you're leasing the brand, but also the franchisor has developed a business process. He has formulated a business model. Then he has developed a business process. Then he has tested and tried it out, so that he gets rid of trial and error from business, which is very expensive and time consuming. So the franchisee is actually doing leasing. So one could say that what are they leasing? If I start it out with very few words, they're actually leasing success. They're buying success. Pure success, because if somebody has tested, tried out, checked, rechecked, and the owners of the proof lies on the franchisor. It is he who has to prove that listen, my business model is foolproof, and I have proven it beyond doubt. Look at my franchisees. So you say that when they prove it, so what we ask as a franchisee who is going to acquire a franchise from the franchisor, can you give me your audited balance sheet, P&L, certified by a chartered accountant? So you say that show me your showcase couple of franchisees, at least 3, and let me check the P&L and the balance sheet which are audited by a CA. Then I will consider to take your franchise. But very rarely in the country prospective franchises do that. There is a very big hurry to acquire the franchise. So they don't do due diligence, but must do due diligence because you are buying a business process, you are leasing a business process, you are leasing a brand which you are going to run it. You are actually leasing. So when you say there is a leasing, then there is naturally a time period. So there is a tenure of the contract. It could be normally it is around 5 years, some make it 3 years. When average it is 5 years and 5 years renewal. So you renew it every 5 years. So for 5 years, you have your lease that brand and you can renew it thereafter on mutual consent with the franchisor. Next is the territory. So you are leased the brand, the business process, the time, and the territory. The very important thing is territory. So you say, I want a franchise for this territory. First, you have to find out is the territory available. Most of the franchisors they plot it on the Google map, and they may have some kind of territory rule. Like for example, that 2 kilometers diameter on the left side, right side, and all the 4 sides. I will not give a franchise to anybody. So you would have exclusive rights over a certain territory. So it is time and territory. So what does one check? Is the territory lucrative? So one has to study the territory very carefully. What is the potential of the territory? What kind of competition exists over there? What are the buying habits of the people within that territory? The more you study the territory, the safer you become when you take a franchise. Is that why I say it is one of the best systems on the world and you cannot beat a franchising system by any other business models because there is economizing. Think of share a cab, like share a taxi. You get a ride, you reach from spot A to you reach spot B, but you paid less because 4 people sat inside. So you paid 1/4, yet you reached the B spot. So it was economizing. You saved money. You are in franchising system. You are sharing the brand. So you are economizing. Otherwise, you build a brand right from scratch. And building a brand, it may take a lifetime to build a brand. It's that tough to build a brand. And really, and then there's no guarantee that your brand will succeed. But here, in this particular system, you are sharing the true and tried tested brand. So it's economizing. Now, why you want to do trial and error, the franchising, the entrepreneurs who take up a franchise? Because already done by the franchisor. So you are again economizing the trial and error is cut down. Then the franchisor buys things in a huge volume, so he gets volume rebate and he passes that distributes and passes and farms out that volume rebate to the franchisee owners. So it's all economizing. That's why it is a very powerful system. The type of franchises. These are types of franchises. Product franchisee, service franchisee, business format franchisee. Okay, let's talk about the product franchisee. Product franchisee is simple. The father of franchise is McDonald's, but that's a services franchisee, and still their father is Coca-Cola. What you call is Coke now. The Coca-Cola company came up with a concentrate in Atlanta, and they said we will distribute this secret formula or concentrate to people where we will appoint a franchisee who are nothing but a bottling and a distribution plant. So somebody is a distribution plant, is a bottling plant, they mix the concentrate into the water, and voila, they get a big brand, the bottling guy, who is a franchisee, he gets a territory, geography to distribute the products with the product franchising. The next is the service franchising. Education centers. These are all service franchising. Then there is a business format franchising. They give you a right from abroad that you run the entire business like a jockey. They got the right, they are manufacturing in India, they are just copying everything what the foreigner has done. So, that's another kind of franchise, business format franchise. Thank you. Thank you. So look at the structure of the franchise. You can start with becoming the molecule franchisee is a unit franchise. The smallest one unit franchise. The next is a cluster franchising. That you may say that, boss, one franchise is too less for me to run. I want at least a cluster of 5. So next is you say, one unit franchisee, what do they run? Let me take a cluster, say 5 franchise cluster I will take and run so that I will get my economies of scale. Next is area master franchise. Area, that means you say, okay, I take Andheri and Bandra and all that, blah, blah, blah. I took this area, but in this area, I'm a master franchise. I will not run a unit or may not run a unit, but I will appoint franchises. So the master franchisee is a true extension of the franchisor. The franchisor shares his revenue with the master franchisee. So his identity is merged with the franchisee. The next is a city master franchise. As it says, like Bombay, Pune, or whatever the city of your choice. Then state master franchise. Then zonal master franchise, like you say, the entire east zone of the country I will take, or a west zone or a southern zone I will take, or the entire country master franchise. Normally, what happens with the Indian brands, when we develop the Indian brands, and then when we are going for the international franchising, that time we say we don't want to run units abroad. We want straight away country master franchise, otherwise we are not getting in that country. So we sell the entire country. What culture, currency, and what to do over there, and the compliances. The franchise fee structure. Now, what does the franchisor get in return for leasing out things to the franchisee? He gets a franchise fees, the franchise, what we term as franchise establishment fee, some call it franchise fee, but it is primarily that you are starting a bike so that you are establishing something. So it's getting started, like you kick start into the franchise establishment fee. The next is the ongoing royalty. So something is running, something is first is the onboarding, and then it is a running cost. As long as you're running, pay the royalty. Then once the end of the period, you say renew it. So you have to pay a renewal fees. It is normally half of the establishment fee, because they already trained you and taught you and spent their time over the franchising. And then there could be a territory reservation deposit. Like, you took a certain territory, so you paid a security deposit. A deposit means always refundable. So security is refundable deposit. So this is the franchise fee structure. This is what the franchisor gets for his product. Now, franchise training and support. Now, what happens? Most of the time, the people who take a franchise from a franchisor, they don't have any prior experience in a particular domain of knowledge. In a particular domain, they have no experience, no knowledge, nothing. They just say, I got normal admin ability. I can do the local marketing. and the rest you teach me. You do hand holding. You tell me like a dad looks over his shoulder, and you help me to get established and become profitable. So they provide this initial training. Then ongoing training is the initial training may have a proper structure. Then there is ongoing training like upon request, upon requirement. Like I require this spot or that spot, I require that much training. Then they will give the franchisors shall give marketing advice, but not execute your marketing. You are suppose a franchisee, you are supposed to execute your marketing. He will give you the marketing plan, he will give you marketing strategy, he will give you communication strategy, he will give you all the creative artwork, the brand communication artwork, but he is not going to release it. So we say that up to pre-production. Till pre-production, he is supposed to give. The rest, you do it according to your need, according to your territory. Then we always say, if it is national, it is to the cost of the franchisor, and if it is unique to one, then is the cost of the franchise. Unique to one. Common to all is the cost of the franchise. Because common to all, what is it going to do? Brand building, brand communication, and brand positioning is going to communicate that. So I'll tell you some shocking things about hair espresso. I was the franchise consultant for Mr. Jain. When he went abroad at the airport, he saw in a glass cage 2 people cutting hair and not using any plumbing or water, etc., and charging just some $2 or something like that. So he came back to India. Now this franchise consultant, he told me, sir, आप इसको लेके जाएंगे आगे? Will you roll it? I said, yeah, I'll roll it. I like the concept. So it was started with only 50,000 cuts. Can you imagine? Not even to cover a salary. And by end of the year, the valuation was 18 crore. So I had around 8 MBAs who were working to market this thing. They were trying to take out an ROI. I said, boss, it will not fit your calculator. That many zeros. So this is the power of franchise. This is the power. Now, the franchisees face two challenges. Two challenges are faced by unit franchisees. The greatest resistance to purchase is capital. Money is the greatest resistance to purchase on anything. So, to find money to start the business, they find it a bit tough. A bit tough. Now, when you say franchises, when it is selling at 5 lakh only investment, you would find at any given time in India 1 lakh people want it. At 5 lakh, a lot of people will take a franchise. The next lot is 10 lakh, then 25 lakh, then crore and crores. As it goes up, the number of people looking for a franchise at lakh capital investment will come tumbling down. Something great the government of India did. Something really great the government of India did. They introduced CGTSME loan, credit guarantee to small and medium enterprise. That means giving money to the first-time entrepreneur. First-time entrepreneur balance sheet, no financial records. First-time entrepreneur giving the capex and opex, one cycle opex, and that to collateral-free loan. And if you go belly up, don't worry, the government writes this off because you have given no collateral. So this encourages a lot of people to jump into the system to become the franchisee. Credit guarantee to small and medium enterprise, and the amount is a whopping 5 crore, 5 CR, and without prior financial track record. All you have to be a Bharatiya Nagrik, 18 years qualified for an MBA. The bank will look at you very positively, and the franchisor will certify you, train you, certify you that this guy can run the business. The bank will only take an interview. The nationalized banks, they do it. The private banks, they're supposed to do it, but never do it. The next challenge they face is adjusting because it is hybrid entrepreneurship. You are not an entrepreneur, you are not free to do what you want. You are more like an intrapreneur. You are more like a half manager, half owner. Owner because you invested money, and manager because it is somebody's brand which will come with a huge list of brand rules. You can do this, you can't do that. Otherwise, suppose you were running McDonald's and you give a McDonald's franchise to somebody, and that guy says, sir, I have a college in the front, I have the same potatoes, same oil, but I have and this is that's what franchise you do. So then you have to bring third party audit to go and check that they're not doing anything wrong and against the brand rules. Franchise legalities. Abroad, there are very tough laws for franchising. Very, very tough law. Like, the franchisor has to declare this and declare that. And the franchisee, one hell of not protected abroad. In India, it goes under Contract Act. It's just a contract law. The contract law, the Contract Act applies to this. As I told you, what franchising leases out is a time, the tenure, and the territory. So the most important thing is that what is the territory and what territory you are getting. The types of franchising: FOFO, FOFO, and FOCO. FOFO is franchisee owned, franchisee operated. He is owning it, he has invested it, and he is going to operate it. FOFO is company owned, franchisee operated. Suppose it's a capital intensive industry where the franchise is not going to invest money, mostly in the petrol pumps. The government may own the pump, or some large big company will own the pump. So they will build it, they will operate it and transfer it. So, but still the ownership will remain with the franchisor. It becomes company owned, franchisee operated. And FOCO, franchisee owned, company operated. The reverse. So, a lot of times the franchisee says, sir, I have got money, I will make an investment, but I don't want to sit and operate the business. More like an investor kind of franchisee. So it is, franchisee owned and company operated. The company operates for him and charges him for operating it. You can remember the slide number, so you can ask for it. Is franchising right for you? Very big question. In this particular X franchisee or Y franchisee, is it right for you? The answer is, do you like that activity? The first thing is, do you like that activity? That activity comes first. Suppose you like education, you like food industry, you like God knows what industry, or travel industry, or education industry, or God knows what industry. Do you like it first? So you must be passionate about that industry or want to do that. You may not have knowledge about it, but you must have passion for it. Only then you will last. So the next is, expects reasonable ROI. The franchisee, what does he expect? A reasonable ROI. Normally we say, I'm just putting a figure. So if you made an investment in the capital markets, you can say that safely I can expect, if I had done the index investing, I would have got around 15%. Index investing. So yeah, I'm working so hard and all that. So what I should be getting? So reasonable 30% ROI is good enough. So franchise expects around 30% ROI, but in some cases it may go to 300%, 3,000, they may go crazy. But 30% is reasonable ROI. A lot of people think they will get in the system for franchising with 30% expectancy of ROI. And then what they require? Next is, they have to follow the guideline. They have to agree to follow the guideline. Do you know a great franchisor will make a very bad franchisee? Very funny. A great franchisor will make a very bad franchisee, vice versa. A very great franchisee will make a very bad franchisee. The great franchisor, he likes to experiment. The franchising the operator, he hates you experimenting and disturbing his operation and his business processes. So he who is experimenting, he help the franchisee. Sir, why not we do this and why not we do that? He said, I develop technologies, go and just implement it. The franchisor. So a great franchisor makes a horrible franchisee and vice versa. Then local promotion ability. You don't require much ability. Like, this is what a franchisee, but franchisor requires huge amount of ability. Franchisee requires reasonable investment, ROI, the general administration ability, and general promotion ability. No big deal, man. That's why hybrid entrepreneur. He is not gone into a job. He started his own business, so it's not half. Beautiful. Now, well-known franchise brands. See, these are the great, the father of franchising system, McDonald's, Ray Kroc. You must buy his book, The Golden Arches, and read that. To me, I have learned a lot by simply reading the great man, the Ray Kroc. So, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, as I told you about, my Indian franchisee lens cards. These are like a central feature. What is lens card?
Repeat the name of the book, sir.
Golden Arches. The Golden Arches. It's an Ray Kroc, or must be written by somebody about him, or may have been written, I do not remember. But it is all about him, his life, how he started, how to sell a franchise, what he did, or he shared all his experiments. He was the ordinary salesman who developed the system, and the McDonald's brand never belonged to him, it belonged to two brothers, and they were doing well. McDonald's brothers, and he took over from them and he took it worldwide. So, your favorite starts Q&A.
So my question was regarding the types of franchises. As you mentioned, there were three types: FF, FO, FOTO, and I don't know the third one. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of each of the models? And which model should we be selecting for franchise?
Personally, I feel it's a very detailed question. I would like to, confine the question to him. आपसे मुद्दा आंसर करो जितना बोलते नहीं कि इनके अभी के काफी है, rather than going into the details.
So what happens is, when you say FOFO, franchisee owned, franchisee operated, is a franchisee is capable of operating the business. So that suits him. That is, he has to ask, do I have passion for this business? Do I like this business? Do I like this activity? So he will become a good FOFO. Now, franchisee owned, company operated. He doesn't care about the business model. He's a normal investor. So he just brings his money and says, how can I make more money from my money? Should I go to mutual fund, stock market, or just buy the franchise and suppose if I'm going to get a lot of money, then I might try this out. So that becomes a franchisee owned and company operated because he's an investor and he's passive franchisee. Now, company owned, franchisee operated. The company is owning it and the franchise is operating because if it is a very big capital investment, then the franchisor puts the money inside. He says, boss, you take it for running. Whole time you say, no, take my business for running and give me some fixed amount of money or X plus X amount of money. It could be 1
Can you give some examples of franchisee owned company operated prominent ones?
Franchisee
Owned and
company operated. Then I met Javed Habib. He is the best example. He did not have a single franchisee owned, franchisee operated. He all had company owned and the franchisee owned and company operated. So what he said, you do the interior the way I want. I will bring staff and the consumables. I will run the business and I will give you from top line 30%. So that guy said, 30% I will earn more money. So He like that and he took it up. This is an example for it.
Any other prominent one you have in mind? Anybody else? The audience can also, you know of anyone, please say that. Is that franchise or company operated?
Company operated, 30% of it. The rest 70% is the franchise, company owned company.
You can have any number of combination. This structure is same.
So
Company owned.
in case the online guys didn't hear it, the name is Coffee Day Bella. It's a well-known coffee chain. Some of them, he's saying 30% are like that. Franchisee owned company operated. The remaining are franchisee operated. Franchisee operated. Do you have any?
So basically, so we have we sell online on our website also, and we have company outlets also. Now our online sales happen pan India. Now in a particular area, let's say Bombay, someone takes our franchisee and opens it. So first time a customer buys it from the franchisee shop, he likes the product. Second time he definitely prefer to buy it online. So then it's a clash of interest because वो sale company को मिल रहा है और franchisor को नहीं मिल रहा उसका that customer. So how do we manage that clash of interest?
Okay, this is today's date where stuff is available. We could have a very successful click and click model and
so the first customer he takes it from the franchisee and second purchase he does it online.
I'll take it.
Please take it. This is the symbol.
See what happens, there is a plus sign and a minus sign. There is no 100% correct solution. So it is just about like you given a territory. Once they give a territory to somebody, any sale coming in from that particular territory has to go to the wallet of that guy. But then you rightfully said that the online world cannot be controlled. So while preparing the agreement, you can have that excluded. Simple as that.
No, but then the franchisor's interest is gone. I mean, his sale will drop.
No, franchisee's interest is hurt. Franchisor is happy. Na?
Yeah, franchisee's interest is hurt because his sale will drop down there. Because the repeat purchase will happen online.
You cannot do anything about it. Otherwise, there is like pin code franchise. Any sale coming in from this particular pin code, you get money from. Simple as that.
Can I just suggest something? Okay, if I was the one solving this problem, मैं बीच का रास्ता निकालता जो तेरे दुकान में देगा उससे जो existing model है वो चलेगा. If somebody from that pin code is buying online, I would give you some percentage.
उस पिन कोड के हमारे पुराने क्लाइंट्स हो ही सकते हैं ना.
तो वो तुमको already उनके साथ में ट्रांसफर की करनी पड़ेगी कि मेरे ये पुराने क्लाइंट्स हैं. देख भाई जितना ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेट करेगा उतना रिलेशनशिप ब्रेक होगी. You will have to give and take. Okay.
Let me take this answer. What happens many times we sell, we already have a unit franchisee functioning in a city, and then we sell a city franchise. What happens to the unit franchisee? It's packaging. You own it. That's it. Whether you appoint before 3, 4, what you to this city, means now this all revenue from this date you are taken out goes to you in your city. So there is a solution. I said there is not a perfect solution. There is a reasonably good solution. Like I told you, pin code franchise.
थोड़ा जोर से बात कीजिए तो यहाँ पे से कीजिए तो ऑनलाइन वालों को आवाज ठीक से नहीं जा रही है.
Okay, okay.
ये है माइक उनका.
Fine. I'll stand here and
Yeah.
So now this question somebody's taking.
हाँ. Quick.
What determines whether a brand goes for franchisee owned, franchisee operated model or company owned, franchisee operated model? And also, is it true that the more premium brands such as Apple or any of the luxury clothing line stores choose to buy real estate themselves and invest and build the store themselves?
The answer is very simple. If it is capital intensive beyond the means of the franchisee to run it, then in that particular case, it will be like company owned and then it will give it to the franchisee to operate. Now suppose the investment is 50 crore, he will not do it. Normally it happens in this Bharat petrol pump and all that petroleum pump, that you fill up gas. So the company buys their plot, they build everything over there, but they don't want to run it. So company owned and franchisee owned.
Okay guys, let's just give a chance to one of the interesting online questions. You get your time. So some questions has come up.
So the question is from Mr. Ashwin. Question is, in the apparel sector, can we have MBO franchises? There will be only 2 to 3 brands.
Multi-brand outlet.
There will be only 2 to 3 brands, and these brands have their own USPs. One provide men's shirts, other t-shirts, etc.
See, this happens, the franchisor will have a policy. The franchisor has a policy whether he wants you to open an exclusive store like, say H&M, so he doesn't want to any other brand, any other mix coming in the store. But a multi-brand outlet can have multi-brand franchise, but you will not get any exclusive things. Like you won't get exclusive territory and all. Only what he is right for, what he is selling in the multi-brand store. So he can have this thing depending on the franchises and whether they want to permit it or don't want to permit it. Like in case of, let us say, Javed, we said we are not permitted to do any other business in this premises. So you have to run only this. But in a product franchisee, it may not be even a franchisee, it could be a dealership. Franchise is more like when value is added towards the end, nothing else. Rest is a dealer distributor, normal.
Sir mentioned that you have to make a exclusivity for the territory. For example, 2 kilometers. So if I get inquiry, I want to do franchises. So if I get 2 inquiries at the same time, how do I do the background check? Like who to give it out of the 2?
He's asking from the franchisor perspective. कि how do I select a franchise? कि मैं इसको दूंगी उसको दूं. अब हो सकता है 5 या 10 इंक्वायरी में आवे.
See, if the guy who wants to take the franchise, you're a franchisor, and the guy who wants to take the franchise, he select automatically. So whose territory it is gets that business. You are going to offer him all the territories.
No, but he has multiple bids for that same territory. So how does he select the right one? He has 5. So all 5 of them have bid for that same territory. Now how does he select amongst them?
First come, first served. We say that if your money hits my bank first, so his money hits my bank first and give it to him as a territory sold blocked on the Google map. Finish.
But are there no other concerns कि उनका criminal track record check करने का या उनका कुछ X check करने का Y check करने का?
List of finding that first it is a like-minded person, they will not fight with you and there will not be conflicts in the future. Conflict is built into the recruiting the franchise. So you have to select the franchise. Is he like-minded? Does he like this business? Will he follow my rules? Or is he going to create trouble for me? Then you may check his criminal record, you may check his bank, you may check, do all the kind of checking the normal KYC. There are, no? Therefore, so long as you pay money in India, you get anything. Just go on Google and find out.
You can ask him separately for references also. Don't worry. कि कौन audit करेगा, कौन check करेगा, कौन करेगा, and not just him. There are other speakers who are now joining us. Okay, hold on to your questions. I'll give you more time later on. Let me get the other 2 speakers also into the room. उनके साथ भी question answer होगा, and he is also there, right? करा लो, join करा लिया. किन्होंने join किया है?
First, we have Mr. Ajay Gupta ji. He is the owner of Bachpan Play Schools. They have more than 1,000 play schools pan India. They have 200 schools pan India, and they have started their universities as well. Let's hear what he has to say, and let's get this to be.
So incidentally, he is the mentor of Akash, one of our BFB 22 participants. Akash is okay. So Ajay ji, I think आपने वो 4 figures cross कर लिया. मतलब मैं usually you hear about 3 figures, 200, 300, 400, and you cross that 4 figures, 1,000 plus and all. Well, how many years did that journey take, broadly? How many years?
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry, मैं थोड़ा सा में हूँ. Poor quality of video and maybe audio. Please bear with me.
नहीं, you are perfectly audible. आपका वीडियो कम रहेगा तो चलेगा. खाली आपकी वॉइस आनी चाहिए.
बस ठीक है. वो वाइफ सामने नहीं होती तो वॉइस तो आ जाती है.
तो सर ये कब जर्नी शुरू किया था? When did this journey start?
हाँ, ये 2000 February 2004 we in coming February 2024 will be completing 20 years of our journey of Bachpan Play School.
Okay, super. 20 years.
You would like to ask me something और मेरे को 10 मिनट के लिए conclude करना है. How you would like to go?
आप जो चीज में ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल हो, we'll go with that. I can do a Q&A with you and I can open it up to the people, or you can just speak. आप जैसे कंफर्टेबल, आप बोलिए.
नहीं, both ways I am comfortable. आप पूछेंगे तो ज्यादा बेहतर होगा. आपके मन में जो बात है, आपको लगेगा कि मुझे कोई 5 मिनट में जर्नी कंक्लूड करनी है, तो मैं कंक्लूड कर सकता हूँ.
ठीक है, तो मैं ना आपको Q&A करता हूँ, बिकॉज आपका जो ये चेन है काफी फेमस है, काफी लोगों ने सुना हुआ है इसके बारे में. सो आई विल आस्क सम क्वेश्चंस एंड इफ द others have any specific questions online, they can put it on the chat, and offline again you can raise your hands. Okay,
So 5 minute की journey फिर Q&A बाद में होगा. तो
5 मिनट की जर्नी चाहिए. अच्छा सर, इनका सजेशन है कि आप 5 मिनट आपकी जर्नी बता दीजिए, तो उसके बाद ही Q&A करते हैं, प्लीज.
ठीक है जी, मैं 5 मिनट में जर्नी कंक्लूड करने की कोशिश करता हूँ. ऑल्दो इट्स ए 20 ईयर जर्नी, मैं अपनी जर्नी को ऐसे बताना चाहता हूँ कि आई एम सक्सेसफुली मैरिड मैन विद 1 वाइफ एंड 2 किड. आई एम पोलियो पेशेंट at age of 9 months, got a severe attack of polio and become a polio patient. मैंने 6 साल की उम्र में पहली बार स्कूल जाना शुरू किया. 13 साल की उम्र में कैलिपर और क्रचिस पहनकर पहली बार, वो अमिताभ बच्चन के नमक हलाल स्टाइल में लो हो गए अपने पैरों पे खड़े, वो मूवमेंट आया. 33 सालों तक मैं कैलिपर और क्रचिस पहनने के बाद अभी व्हीलचेयर पे हूं पिछले 8 सालों से. आज से 20 साल पहले अगर मैं बचपन की स्पेसिफिक बात करूं, कुछ अलग बिजनेसेस से, मैंने 16 साल में नाबालिग था जब मैंने बिजनेस शुरू कर दिए थे. तो 16 साल की उम्र में मैंने पहली बार अपने कुछ बिजनेसेस में शुरू किया, अपने ग्रैंडफादर, फादर, अंकल्स के कुछ बिजनेसेस में, एंड देन फाइनली लेग्ड इनटू प्ले स्कूल एजुकेशन इन February 2004. नेक्स्ट ईयर गोइंग टू कंप्लीट 20 इयर्स. सर, फ्रेंचाइजिंग को लेके इंडिया में बहुत सारे मिथ थे जिन पे हमने पहली बार काम किया. पहला मिथ ये था कि पहले आप कोई बिजनेस शुरू करते हैं, फिर आप उस बिजनेस में एक्सेल करते हैं और फिर उस बिजनेस की फ्रेंचाइजिंग करते हैं. जब हमने फ्रेंचाइजिंग शुरू की तो हमने अपना कोई बिजनेस नहीं शुरू किया. हमने कॉन्सेप्ट तैयार किया, अपनी किताबें तैयार की, अपने ब्रोशर्स तैयार किए, अपनी डिटेलिंग की और चले गए बाजार में फ्रेंचाइजिंग करने के लिए. पहला मिथ. दूसरा मिथ होता है कि आप किसी भी तरीके से पहले एक शहर पे कंट्रोल करते हैं, फिर एक स्टेट पे कंट्रोल करते हैं और फिर आप जाते हैं. हमने पहले दिन से डिसाइड किया कि हम नेशनल जाएंगे और पहले कुछ सालों के अंदर ही हम लोग नेशनल कंपनी के तौर पे खेले. तो मैं बार बार ये बोलता हूँ कि मैं रणजी का खिलाड़ी नहीं हूँ, मैं इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट का खिलाड़ी हूँ. एंड वी हैव प्रेजेंस पैन इंडिया. शायद फ्रेंचाइजिंग में कामयाब होने के लिए आपको गैप आइडेंटिफाई करने चाहिए, विच वी वर लकी टू आइडेंटिफाई एट द राइट एज, राइट टाइम. और गैप ये था कि पेरेंट्स की ऐसी फीलिंग थी कि प्ले स्कूल में बच्चा पढ़ने के लिए नहीं जाता है, प्ले स्कूल में बच्चा सिर्फ कुछ देर बैठने के लिए जाता है. तो प्ले स्कूल का जो मॉडल था वो स्ट्रक्चर्ड नहीं था. प्ले स्कूल का मॉडल स्ट्रक्चर्ड का मतलब ये है कि उसके लिए प्रॉपर बुक्स नहीं थी, उसके लिए प्रॉपर टीचिंग अपैरेटस नहीं थे, उसके लिए मॉन्टेसरी की ट्रेनिंग नहीं थी, उसके लिए जो टीचर्स उसे पढ़ा रहे थे वो किसी क्वालिफिकेशन से होकर आए, उनका कोई ट्रेनिंग, इस तरह की बहुत सारी चीजें थी जो पहली बार हो रही थी इंडस्ट्री में. पहली बार स्ट्रक्चर्ड करिकुलम आ रहा था, पहली बार बच्चों के लिए एप्रोप्रिएट बुक्स आ रही थी. हम पहले थे इंडिया में जिसने ड्रेस लॉन्च की, हम पहले थे जिसने बच्चों के लिए प्रॉपर शूज लॉन्च किए, हम पहले थे जिन्होंने टीचर्स डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम शुरू किया, हम पहली बार थे जहां पे उनकी एडवर्टाइजमेंट और उनकी ब्रांडिंग को हम कर रहे थे. पहले ये जिम्मेदारी फ्रेंचाइजी पे रहती थी कि आप अपने शहर में काम करो और बच्चे लेकर आओ. हमने बोला नहीं, आपके शहर में काम हम करेंगे और आपके लिए बच्चे हम लेकर आएंगे. तो इस तरह के ये खट्टी मीठी जर्नी से 20 सालों में एट प्रेजेंट वी हैव 1100 प्लस स्कूल्स नेशन वाइड. हम अब तक लगभग 10 लाख बच्चों को पढ़ा चुके हैं और अभी हम 1,50,000 बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं. इसके बाद वी हैव फॉर्मल स्कूल्स जिसकी एज अभी 15 साल हो गई है, एकेडमिक हाइट्स पब्लिक स्कूल. दो स्कूल्स आर 110 in numbers and they all are CBSE affiliated. हम लगभग उसमें 60,000 बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं. और अभी रिसेंट 3 साल पहले आई एम ए को फाउंडर ऑफ ए यूनिवर्सिटी, ऋषिहुड यूनिवर्सिटी, जो 4 साल पहले शुरू हुई थी 2020 में, और अभी हम उसमें लगभग 375 बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं ग्रेजुएशन और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कोर्सेज. ये प्ले ग्रुप PhD का सफर है जो हमने पूरा किया है. पूरे भारत में हम 10 यूनिवर्सिटीज बना पाए, ऐसा सपना लेकर बैठे हैं. हैदराबाद में इसके लिए काम कुछ शुरू किया है. लेट्स होप आगे कहां पहुंचते हैं. सर अब आपकी बारी है.
सर पहले तो मेरा रिएक्शन ये होगा कि आपने अपनी फर्स्ट टाइम के इंट्रोडक्शन में बोला कि आई एम अ मैरिड मैन विद 2 किड्स. आई थिंक यू कैन आल्सो से कि भाई 2 of my own kids and millions of other Indian kids. हाँ, क्योंकि आप कोई कर रहे हो.
थैंक यू सर, आपने सच बोला. रियली आई टेक ए करेक्शन इनटू इट फॉर नेक्स्ट टाइम.
So I think we have my first question which instantly came up in my mind was concept बना के उसको आपने थोड़ा तो ट्राई किया होगा कि सीधे आपने फ्रेंचाइज रोल आउट किया.
नहीं, हमने कॉन्सेप्ट बनाया, डिजाइन तैयार किया और एडवर्टाइजमेंट लेके बाजार में चले गए. और वो हमसे पूछता था सर मैं ट्रेन का पहला डिब्बा हूँ, तो मैं बोलते थे आप पैसेंजर भी पहले होंगे.
So I want to know who are your first few franchises? Were they people in your own circle known to you? Who were those people who trusted you like this? कि concept मतलब नॉर्मली आज के युग में आदमी कहीं भी जाता तो बोलते हैं हमको प्रूफ ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट दो कि आपने
सर आप
दिया हुआ है.
आप क्या है जी? हरिशंकर सर. सर
हाँ.
आपका नाम क्या है?
जय शंकर. आप जय बोल सकते हैं.
जयशंकर जी, थैंक यू फॉर सच ए लवली क्वेश्चन. लेकिन ना मतलब हमने कोई प्रूफ ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं दिया. हम ये बोलते थे कि आप मेरा होमवर्क देख लीजिए, बाजार में मुझे कंपेयर कर लीजिए एंड देन प्लीज प्रोसीड विद इट. आपने जो कंक्लूडिंग पार्ट पूछा है मैं उसके बारे में कहना चाहता हूँ. 20 सालों में मेरे किसी भी रिलेटिव ने, मेरे किसी दोस्त ने और मेरे किसी फ्रेंड ने स्कूल नहीं खोला है. ऑल पब्लिक वाया एडवर्टाइजमेंट एंड गोइंग टू द मार्केट. अपनी बात बताना और उसको समझना. हमने पहला स्कूल पंजाब में खोला और उसके बाद से पूरे हिंदुस्तान में है जी.
सर मतलब मुझे ना आज तक लगता था कि इंडिया में मार्केटिंग में नंबर 1 हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर है. मतलब आज थोड़ा ऐसे लग रहा है उनको कंपटीशन है. हाँ सर, मतलब कॉन्सेप्ट लेवल पे आपने किया है. आपका तो एक अलग ही सेशन होना चाहिए कॉन्सेप्ट के थ्रू हाउ यू कैन डू इट. सो नाउ आई ओपन इट अप टू अदर्स.
मेरी आवाज आ रही है ना आपको?
हाँ आवाज आ रही है. परफेक्ट. तो सर मेरे को 5-6 सवाल मिले हैं. मैं थोड़ा उनको अपने हिसाब से फिल्टर करके आपको पूछ रहा हूँ.
प्लीज.
फर्स्ट थिंग जो मुझे सबसे सेंसिटिव लगी इस बात में कि आपका ब्रांड 1100 लोग यूज कर रहे हैं. तो अब उसमें पहला क्लियर ये हो जाता है कि हाउ डू यू इंश्योर दैट कि आपका जो ब्रांड का प्रॉमिस है कंज्यूमर्स को वो इतने बड़े स्केल पे उसकी जो यूज हो रही है, उसकी डिलीवरी हो रही है, उसमें कुछ गड़बड़ी नहीं हो जाए, उसमें आपका नाम खराब नहीं हो जाए. और आज तो सोशल मीडिया का जमाना है, एक जगह पे कुछ हो गया तो सब जगह पे चीज फैलने लगती है. तो आई थिंक दैट इज माय वन बिग क्वेश्चन टू यू बिकॉज यू आर रनिंग सच अ बिग चेन फॉर बोथ द बचपन एंड द अदर स्कूल्स. ये आप एक चीज को कैसे आप कंट्रोल करते हो? बिकॉज आपकी जर्नी 20 years की रही है, as you said, 20 years for the play school and 15 years for the other one. तो ये आप
यस
कंट्रोल करते हो?
सर, हम एक एक स्कूल के पीछे कुछ रिलेशनशिप ऑफिसर्स होते हैं. वो रिलेशनशिप ऑफिसर्स इंश्योर करते हैं कि उसकी क्वालिटी ओके हो, स्कूल्स में बच्चों के लिए सिक्योरिटी हो, हमारे टीचर्स को हर तरह के स्कैनर से गुजारा जाए और हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा देर तक ज्यादा से ज्यादा तरीकों से अपने स्कूलों से जुड़े रहें. वी इंश्योर कि हम डोर स्टेप पर ट्रेनिंग करें, हम उसकी शहर में ट्रेनिंग करें, हम उसकी स्टेट में ट्रेनिंग करें और नेशनल लेवल ट्रेनिंग करें. हमारे हर रोज कुछ 30-40 बच्चे रात को ट्रेन में सोते हैं और सुबह उन शहरों में पहुंचते हैं। दिल्ली से 500 किलोमीटर में हमारे बहुत मिनिमम स्कूल हैं और हमें स्कूलों में पहुंचने के लिए दिन रात ट्रेवल करना पड़ता है। तो वी ट्राई एंड इंश्योर कि किसी भी तरीके से हम उन स्कूलों की उन सारी रिक्वायरमेंट्स को पूरा करें। अभी कुछ सालों में ये रिक्वायरमेंट कंप्लीट करना, ये केयर करना थोड़ा आसान हो गया, क्योंकि आप ऑनलाइन भी उन तक पहुंच सकते हो, बात कर सकते हो, जूम कर सकते हो, स्कूल्स के वीडियो देख सकते हो। कुछ 100 स्कूलों से ज्यादा हर वक्त हमारी टीम उनको वीडियोस पे देखती रहती है। मतलब पेरेंट्स तो अपने बच्चे को देख ही रहे होते हैं, लेकिन मेरी टीम भी उन स्कूल्स को देखती रहती है। और हमारी ये रिक्वायरमेंट आगे आगे आती जा रही है कि हम 100% स्कूलों को ऑनलाइन अपने यहाँ से भी देखना चाहते हैं, उन पे कंट्रोल करना चाहते हैं। तो मतलब मैं ये बोलूंगा, आई एम लकी एनफ कि ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आई है, बट वी रियली मेक श्योर कि किसी भी तरीके से हम स्कूल के ट्रेनिंग करने के लिए, सेफ एनवायरनमेंट के लिए, बच्चों के लर्निंग आउटकम के लिए बराबर काम करते रहे।
कोई
तो
आपको एक्सपीरियंस है जो आप शेयर करना चाहेंगे जिसने आपको हिला दिया कि अरे ऐसा हो गया? मतलब एक चीज जो मुझे आकाश बता रहा था कि भाई देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल हु हैव ट्राइड टू मिसयूज योर ब्रांड एंड देन यू हैव लॉट ऑफ लीगल केसेस एंड यू डेल्ट विद देम वन बाय वन एंड ऑल। वो एक चीज हो गई। उसके अलावा आपको ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन है कि एज अ फ्रेंचाइजर यू वर फाइंडिंग इट वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डील विद one or more or a certain set of franchisees?
सर ऐसा तो नहीं बोलूंगा, लेकिन सबसे पहले मैं भारतीय हूँ, भारत से बहुत प्यार करता हूँ। लेकिन हमारा भारत हर 30 किलोमीटर पे बदल जाता है सर, पर्टिकुलरली इन टर्म्स ऑफ जब हम फ्रेंचाइजिंग करते हैं। हम चाहते हुए भी उनको उनके एरिया के हिसाब से डिजाइन नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि उनकी जो रिक्वायरमेंट होती है डिफरेंट होती है और उन्हें खुद भी नहीं पता होता कि उन्हें क्या चाहिए। तो ऐसे में पूरे भारत को हमारे स्ट्रेटजी और प्लानिंग के साथ बांध के रखना ऑलवेज इज ए प्रॉब्लम, ऑलवेज इज ए चैलेंज। अभी जैसे आपने कहा कि आकाश ने आपको बताया, तो ये बात बिल्कुल सच है। लगभग 300 स्कूल्स हमने आइडेंटिफाई किए हैं पिछले एक साल में, जो बचपन के इंफ्रिंजमेंट के केसेस हैं। पूरे भारतवर्ष में इन स्कूलों को कंट्रोल करना, इनसे लड़ाई लड़ना, इनको बंद करवाना, इनको रिक्वेस्ट करना, अपने ट्रेडमार्क दिखाना, इंफ्रिंजमेंट की रिपोर्ट करना, ये सिर्फ ब्रांड को नुकसान नहीं पहुंचा रहे हैं, लेकिन ये उन जनरेशन्स को भी नुकसान पहुंचा रहे हैं जो बचपन समझकर अपने बच्चों को वहां लेकर आ रहे हैं। तो ये भी एक बड़ा चैलेंज है जिससे हमें लगातार लड़ाई करनी पड़ती है, लगातार उन तक जाना पड़ता है, लगातार कोर्ट के दरवाजे खटखटाने पड़ते हैं, लगातार उन लोगों को अवेयर करना पड़ता है। बट हाँ, फिर भी ये सब बड़ा मजेदार है कि इतने सारे लोग आपके बारे में, आपके ब्रांड से बेनिफिट लेते हैं। ये भी सब बड़ा मजेदार है सर।
आपका ये जो आपने मॉडल शुरू में बनाया था उसमें बहुत सारे अपग्रेड्स कंटिन्यूसली होते रहे कि इट्स नॉट बीन दैट मच?
आ, बहुत सारे बदलाव हुए हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारे मेजर बदलाव नहीं हुए हैं। हमने पहले दिन सोचा था कि हम सिर्फ फोफो रहेंगे, फ्रेंचाइजी ऑपरेटेड एंड फ्रेंचाइजी ओन्ड। तो हमने 20 सालों में कभी भी अपना कोई स्कूल नहीं खोला, ना फोको खोला, ना कोको खोला, ओनली फोफो, फ्रेंचाइज ओन्ड एंड फ्रेंचाइज ऑपरेटेड। हमने 20 सालों में ये प्लान बनाया कि लगातार ब्रांड को अपग्रेड करेंगे इन टर्म्स ऑफ फॉर्मल एजुकेशन एंड यूनिवर्सिटी एजुकेशन। मतलब हमने पहले 5 सालों में ये प्लान बनाया था कि हमें ब्रांड को लेके जाना है इस तरीके से, तो वो हम लोगों ने मॉडल नहीं बदला। लेकिन मार्केटिंग के मॉडल में हमें लगातार सुधार करना पड़ा, उसमें लगातार हमें इन्वेंट करना पड़ा। एक टाइम था जब आप न्यूज़पेपर के थ्रू काम कर लेते थे, फिर एक टाइम था कि आप टीवी के थ्रू काम कर लेते थे, फिर एक टाइम था कि सोशल मीडिया काम करता था। बट ये जो फ्रेंचाइजिंग में मार्केटिंग का अनुभव है, उसमें बहुत बदलाव करने पड़े हैं। तो वो बदलाव आज भी लगातार हमें करने पड़ते हैं।
तो एक टिपिकल सा सवाल आया है कि आपकी स्केल बहुत बड़ी है, तो कुछ आपको कुछ गवर्नमेंट से कुछ इसमें हेल्प मिलती है या नहीं मिलती है? मतलब कि यहाँ पे आकाश बैठा हुआ है तो वो जोर जोर से हंस के मुंडी हिला रहा है, ना 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 ना, तो जवाब तो मिल रहा है, आप ही सुन लेते हैं।
नहीं नहीं, हमें गवर्नमेंट से कोई हेल्प नहीं मिलती है। हम एक प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी है, और सरकार हमें भी वैसे ही ट्रीट करती है जैसे किसी भी और बिजनेस को ट्रीट करती है। तो हमें कोई भी गवर्नमेंट से नहीं मिलती है इसमें, बल्कि कुछ तकलीफें हैं कि ये बहुत रेगुलेटेड सेक्टर नहीं है। हमारे रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं होते हैं, हमें कभी वो बोलते हैं कि आप एग्जिस्ट करते हो, कभी बोलते हैं नहीं करते हो, कभी एनईपी का दबाव होता है, कभी मतलब सरकार की तरफ से कोई भी मदद नहीं मिलती है। सरकार की तरफ से वो दर्द मिलता है जो सभी बिजनेसेस को भारत में मिलता है, वो दर्द हमें भी मिलता है। यहाँ पर एक बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग सी दो दो लाइनें हैं, अगर आप बोले तो मैं बताता हूँ, अगर समय हमें अलाउ करता है तो।
जरूर जरूर बोलिए।
सर मैं बोलता हूँ, भारत का जो बिजनेसमैन है ना, वो प्रेग्नेंट बिजनेसमैन है। हमेशा पेट पे लात लगती रहती है, हमेशा उसे उल्टी आती रहती है, हमेशा उसके पैर सूजे रहते हैं। मतलब उसको वो कंफर्ट नहीं आता। जब आप जब एक महिला एक बच्चे को जन्म देती है तो ये एक अच्छी बात होती है कि वो उस बच्चे को धरती पर लेकर आएगी और एक जीवन का जन्म होगा। ऐसे ही सर हम भी एम्प्लॉयमेंट का जन्म करते हैं, बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए जन्म करते हैं, सरकार के लिए टैक्सेस लेकर आते हैं, रेगुलेटर से लड़ते हैं, फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट करते हैं। हम जन्म तो देते हैं, लेकिन हमारी जो वो पीड़ा है वो कम नहीं होती है। डिलीवरी के बाद का जो रिलीफ और खुशी है वो हमें नहीं मिलती है। तो वी ऑलवेज एक्ट लाइक ए, मतलब इंडियन बिजनेसमैन ऑलवेज बिकम प्रेग्नेंट। उसको पेट पे लात पड़ती रहती है और अंदर जो है तकलीफ होती रहती है, ठीक से सो नहीं पाता है, ठीक से बैठ नहीं पाता है। ये मतलब मेरे को लगता है कि इंडियन बिजनेसमैन की बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि इज ऑलवेज बिकम ए प्रेग्नेंट।
सर आई थिंक आपने मतलब मैंने यूनिक ऐसा वो सुना है, ऐसे बहुत सारे चीजें सुनी आपसे, बहुत यूनिक मैंने एग्जांपल सुना हुआ है। अभी मेरे को आपको एक स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन करना है कि एक फियर रहता है जो फ्रेंचाइज दे रहा है कि यार मैं दे रहा हूँ, मेरे से कोई जल्दी सीख लेगा, मेरा फ्रेंचाइज वापस दे देगा और बहुत आगे बढ़ जाएगा। मैंने बहुत मेहनत कर ली और देखो वो तो यार एक साल में सीख के, और वो तो ले ही इसलिए रहा है ताकि वो सीख के कुछ और बड़ा कर दे। तो आपके केस में तो पूरा सेक्टर ही वो था नॉलेज का, कि आप जो कर रहे थे उसमें तो ना कोई प्रोडक्ट था ना कुछ था, एक नॉलेज का ही एंगल था। तो आपको ऐसा फेस करना पड़ा कि आपके कुछ फ्रेंचाइज आपके कॉम्पिटिटर बन गए, आपका फ्रेंचाइज सरेंडर कर दिया, या आपके माइंड में वो फियर था, या आपके साथ में प्रैक्टिकली कुछ हुआ उस बारे में?
सर जो आपने बोला ये बिल्कुल सच है, बट ये पार्ट एंड पार्शल ऑफ बिजनेस है एंड वी डू इट एक्सेप्ट विद ओपन आर्म्स। लेकिन इस सबसे बड़ा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है क्योंकि भारत का बाजार बहुत बड़ा है। लेकिन हाँ, साथ साथ ये भी सच है कि 60% से ज्यादा ब्रांड वो लोग रन कर रहे हैं जो कभी हमारे यहाँ काम करते थे या उन्होंने हमसे सीखा। इस बाजार में 90% लोग अभी वो एम्प्लॉयर हैं सीनियर सिचुएशंस में जो कभी 10 साल पहले हमारे यहाँ से जिन्होंने काम शुरू किया था। भारत में बहुत सारे ब्रांड, मतलब मैं बोलूंगा 50-60% ब्रांड हमारी किताबों की कॉपी करते हैं, 70-75% ब्रांड हमारी ड्रेस की कॉपी करते हैं। हमारे यहाँ से निकला हुआ कोई भी सामान उनके लिए बहुत जरूरी होता है, क्योंकि दे वुड लाइक टू सी कि बचपन ने क्या किया है। बट ठीक है सर, ये सब देखते हैं तो खुशी होती है। अगर आज आपकी आवाज की कोई कॉपी करता है तो आपको खुशी होती है कि चलो मेरी आवाज एटलीस्ट कॉपी हो रही है और इससे बहुत सारे लोगों को अच्छा लग रहा है। तो इट्स ए पार्ट एंड पार्शल ऑफ बिजनेस। बट हाँ, ये सच है कि फ्रेंचाइजीज भी सीखकर हमारे यहाँ से जाता है और फिर कॉम्पिटिटर भी हमारे यहाँ से जाके काम करता है।
I think he has perfectly answered this question. Do we have any other questions? Anyone else? तो बताओ, हो सकता है मेरे माइंड से मुझे लगा नहीं था इतना इम्पोर्टेंट, यू कैन रिपीट। बोलो ना।
सर तो अपने ग्रुप से सर है।
अच्छा हाँ हाँ हाँ, तो हमारे पास अपने एक स्टेशनरी वाले हैं, तो वो बोल रहे हैं कि भाई आपके प्ले स्कूल्स में, मैं बोला यहाँ पूछ रहे हो, आपके पास उनके सुपुत्र हैं, उनको पूछ सकते हो। हाँ, तो पहले तो उनको पकड़ते थे, वो तो बहुत दूर है। तो पूछ रहा है कि भाई हमारे स्टेशनरी के हमारा स्टेशनरी का बहुत बड़ा ऑल ओवर इंडिया डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, राइट? डॉम्स हो ना? हाँ, तो भाई 1.5 लाख हमारे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है पैन इंडिया। अगर is there a way where we can have a stationary experience center in your existing schools? मतलब ऐसे आप शॉपिंग शॉप अरेंजमेंट्स करते हो क्या? मैं तो शॉपिंग शॉप अरेंजमेंट ही बोलूंगा, टिपिकली होता है कि शॉप के अंदर दूसरा शॉप डाल लो। आपका आपका कोई इंस्टेंट रिएक्शन है डॉग वाले के लिए?
सॉरी, किन के लिए?
ये स्टेशनरी के, इनका एक स्टेशनरी ब्रांड है, DOMS, हाँ DORMS। So इनका एक सिंपल का ब्रांड है सर, और ये लोग पैन इंडिया इनका नेटवर्क है डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स का। अभी ये लोग क्या प्लान कर रहे हैं, अपने फ्रेंचाइज शुरू करने का। दे आर थिंकिंग कि भाई अगर आपकी जो एग्जिस्टिंग स्कूल है
जी
वहां पे ही इनके काफी कस्टमर बैठे हुए हैं, जो अगर यंग एज में इनका ब्रांड अडॉप्ट कर लेंगे तो काफी सालों तक इनका ब्रांड यूज करते रहेंगे, राइट। तो वो सोच रहे हैं कि भाई आपके साथ में आप ऐसे कोई टाइप्स के लिए ओपन माइंडेड रहते हैं।
जनरली नहीं, क्योंकि हम सब कुछ अपना कर रहे हैं। मतलब वी हैव ए स्मॉल फर्नीचर फैक्ट्री जहां हम अपने स्कूलों का फर्नीचर बना रहे हैं। वी हैव ए टाइड अप फैक्ट्री जहां पे हम 5 लाख ड्रेसेस अपना कपड़ा प्रिक्योर करके अपने डिजाइन से तैयार करते हैं। हम अपना कंटेंट खुद तैयार करते हैं, कागज खुद खरीदते हैं और फिर उसको प्रिंट करवाते हैं। बट हाँ, फॉर स्टेशनरी दे आर वेलकम टू मीट एंड अंडरस्टैंड कि हम उनकी क्या मदद कर सकते हैं। ऑलवेज वेलकम टू डिस्कस।
मतलब मैं तो बोलता हूँ अगर आप उनके यहाँ एक्सपीरियंस सेंटर खोल के उनको रेवेन्यू दे सकते हो देन इज ओपन। ओके, so I think with that proposal you can route it via आकाश। ओके, तो आकाश को थोड़ा सा नाना मोड में था, मैंने फिर भी बोला कि let it hear, let it come on the horse's mouth ना, that is that say, so he is not against it, so you can always try। चलो और कोई? Okay, it's a very interesting interaction with you, I think it's taught us a lot, all of us, whatever he said। देखो यार, ये जो जनरल क्वेश्चन है ना कि आपको कौन हेल्प करेगा क्या करेगा, तो उसके लिए देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल। यू कैन आस्क आकाश, उन्होंने किसकी हेल्प किया। यू कैन आस्क मिस्टर जफर खान कि कौन सी रेफरेंसेस मिल सकते हैं। रेफरेंसेस के लिए यू जस्ट हैव टू नेटवर्क विद द पीपल हु आर अटेंडिंग टुडे, some of whom are franchisors, some of whom are franchisees। Just ask them for reference of any service provider, whether it's a third party auditor, whether who will help you develop the SOPs and all। So wo I think is a very obvious thing। Okay, anything else that we have? Can we bring in? He's already there। Okay, so Sarji, thank you so much। I think it was wonderful having you here।
Thank you, Shankar sir. Thank you for bringing me here. Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye। So
Bye.
I'll bring the other speaker। कौन है हमारे दूसरे?
So guys, the third speaker that we have is Mr. Anand Jain. He's the co-founder of the brand Nothing But Coffee. It is a Jaipur-based brand which was started by 4 friends. They started in 2017. Till now they have approximately 42 outlets and they are close to opening 40 more outlets in the next 8 months. I think Mr. Anand can take it forward from here.
So I think if you can maybe if you can take us through your journey in the next 2-3-4 minutes in your own words, although Divya did mention, so I think
Yes.
horse's mouth ho jayega, then we can have the Q&A।
Yeah. So hi everyone. So we are from Jaipur and we are 4 friends who started this brand by the name Nothing Before Coffee. So basically, Nothing Before Coffee is a QSR coffee chain. We have 42 plus stores right now all over India, and we started from Jaipur. And in 2017, by 2019-20, we started franchising our stores and expanded to MP, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Karnataka. We are already present in Kerala as well. So yeah, this is our journey, and in 2019 we started franchising. Divija is one of our franchisee partners as well, and Divija is one of our first franchisee partners. Currently, Divija and family is also holding 4 franchisees with us. So it's a wonderful journey that we have gone through, and let's discuss this.
Okay, I think I want to do it a little differently। Okay, we have a franchiser here and we have a franchisee here। Okay, so I just want it to be a no hold barred, I want you to go back 4-5 years back in time। I know that your dad told you, if I give you some money, you do something on your own। I want you to share the whole journey from your side on what apprehensions you had. Then he can maybe simulate an answer के भी कैसे वो पूरा हुआ. Right from when you were evaluating, obviously this was not the only opportunity you were evaluating. You would have looked at other opportunities also. How did you evaluate the opportunity? Okay, why did you finally agree to this? What did he do to convince you? But briefly, okay. But
Okay. Guys, so post COVID, June में COVID खत्म हुआ था. June in 2020. I wanted to get into the food industry, and for that, basically, I chased this brand in 2018. When they had only 3 outlets, I chased them to get franchises, and they had this perspective where they did not want to get franchises in Jaipur. They were saying they will give franchises outside of Jaipur. That was not now. After 2 years, they were open to giving franchises in Jaipur also. And I got to know this via a friend, and until then, they have already closed the franchisee in our location. So, in this industry specific, in 2017, there was no homegrown brand which was this popular in the city. So, it was actually my only option. I only wanted to go to the for coffee. I did not want to meet family leaders. And when I had a meeting with India and Kashmir, so they told me that 4 or 5 kilometers away from my location, they have already finalized the location, and they have taken the franchisee also, and they are signing papers, and nothing as of now can be done about it. So we met twice, thrice. I had the advantage to go to the location, over the location they were finalizing there. So we met. They did not convince me, I convinced them that then yes. Yeah. So I convinced them, and in August 2020, we opened the franchise. So now they didn't have the experience of running a giving a franchisee, and I did not have the experience of working at all. Franchisee is different, working at all. So the first outlet which we opened with them, that was a roller coaster. There were a lot of lesser SOPs. It was HR issues, all the issues that one can face. So basically, with their support and with whatever problems that I was facing there, they came across a good franchisee model in the next 7, 8, 9 months. After which I opened another franchisee, which was with more mentioned in detail SOPs and rules and regulations and auditing and backend support and all of that. So yeah, for now to now, I can say that they have a very strong franchisee. From back then, I still remember it was more like opening of my own business. I felt more like opening my own business because I had to do everything on my own in my first outlet. Later on now, when I work with you, it's like a walk on the cave. You don't have to do anything at all, and there's huge tracks of it.
I have a question for you first, and then I'll also ask Mr. Zafar the same question. This is one very big question mark in the mind of anybody who is planning to give a franchise. इच्छा होती है कि सब परफेक्ट हो, होता है नहीं, और वो डर के चक्कर में आदमी डिले करता जाता है, डिले करता जाता है, डिले करता जाता है, and Divya has actually appropriately described that the reality is that you may start quick and dirty, yeah, but then you just upgrade on the way, which is what has happened with them over the next few years, and now like we have to 30 plus outlets and all. So मतलब आप इस पे कुछ enlighten करना चाहेंगे from your side?
So basically yes, ये बात बहुत सही है कि after 4 outlets, Divija forced us to do franchisee. एंड उस समय पे हम बिल्कुल ओपन माइंडेड नहीं थे कि यार फ्रेंचाइजी करने से our business will get open and trade secrets will get open. बट आफ्टर थिंकिंग अ लॉट, कोविड ने बहुत सारा टाइम दिया हमें सोचने के लिए, एंड यस फाइनली हमने कोविड में डिसाइड किया कि हमें हमारी एसओपीज एंड प्रोसेसेस को हम इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग रखे एंड इसे हम लॉक रखे हमारा ट्रेड सीक्रेट्स को, तब हम जाके फ्रेंचाइजी कर सकते हैं. So in 2019-20 we decided and we worked on our SOPs, फॉर्मलाइज किया हमने बहुत सारी SOPs, जो प्रॉब्लम से एक फ्रेंचाइजी को फेस हो सकती है, HR इश्यूज एंड ऑल, इन सब पे हमने बहुत वर्किंग करी. आफ्टर दैट यस, हमने हमारे आर्म्स को ओपन किया, एक्सटेंड किया, एक पुश लगा. हमेशा एक बिजनेस में एक पुश बहुत एक जरूरी होता है, जो कि एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर से आता है. हमारे पास वो फैक्टर दिविजा थी कि उसके बाद में हमने वो डिसाइड किया, एंड देन वी स्टार्टेड फ्रेंचाइजिंग, फर्स्ट फ्रेंचाइजी, सेकंड फ्रेंचाइजी उसके 2 महीने बाद, एंड देन थर्ड एंड फोर्थ, एंड गोइंग फॉरवर्ड नाउ करंटली वी आर 30+ फ्रेंचाइजीज, जिसमें अब हमारे पास मल्टीपल पार्टनर्स है, बट ऑलमोस्ट ईच ऑफ आवर फ्रेंचाइजी पार्टनर्स इज होल्डिंग 2 franchisees और मोर. यस.
Mr. Zafar, your perspective on this. ये जो फियर होता है फ्रेंचाइजर के बन में,
फ्रेंचाइजर के बंदे,
मेरा ट्रेड सीक्रेट और मेरा SOP बना हुआ नहीं है, आई एम नॉट रेडी फॉर इट. So
Yes.
in our case, maybe she rightly described that they didn't start with everything sorted, and a lot of things got sorted on the way. You want to, because there are also franchisors here who want to give a franchise going forward, and that fear is still there in their mind in spite of our session. Okay, although part of it Mr. Ajay Gupta addressed, ये धंधा है, ऊपर नीचे के लिए रेडी रहो कि भाई हो सकता है कि कोई आपका उसमें से ही कॉम्पिटिटर खड़ा हो जाएगा, उसमें से ही कोई आपके साथ में कुछ करेगा, वो तो फैक्ट है. बट उसके बावजूद दिस थिंकिंग ऑफ गेटिंग इट राइट बिफोर स्टार्टिंग एंड सिक्योरिंग योर ट्रेड सीक्रेट, और उसके ऊपर आप क्या बोलेंगे?
when a franchisor starts, I would say, I mean, as a new franchisor may come up with a brand and a book, the new franchisor, and then is trying and is getting his act right. So a lot of brands have started like that, but ideally I would say that you must formulate it completely, get your SOP right, get the trainer right, put the third party audit in place, then you start rolling, and then you will have a very smooth sailing. Otherwise there will be conflicts in the role plays. The franchisee expects something, the franchisor expects something of the franchisee. So things can happen, but what happens every time we don't have ideal situation in our lives. So instead of not starting and deliberating too much, if you are 70-80% you have put things into order, might as well kickstart and develop the balance 20-30% while you are rolling. But I will differ from with most of the franchisors that that they get started with the concept level and not having tested and tried out and doing all of that. Now the next part comes is the franchisors they fear that my trade secret will be out. There is zero trade secret. Google will take out all your secrets out.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree with this. After franchising, हमें यही समझ आया कि अब YouTube कोई भी कर ले, कोई भी ट्रेड सीक्रेट्स नहीं है. इट इज ऑल अबाउट द कंट्रोलिंग फैक्टर एंड द विजन. सो एक बहुत सही बात है, आप अपने माँ बाप अपने पसंद से नहीं चूज करते, बट आप अपने बिजनेस पार्टनर्स एंड को एसोसिएट्स आप अपनी इच्छा से चूज करते हो. सो बिफोर फ्रेंचाइजिंग हम हर एक फ्रेंचाइजी पार्टनर्स की पूरी डिटेल्स एंड पूरा प्रोफाइल चेक हम बहुत अच्छे से करते हैं, क्योंकि वो एक ऐसी चीज है जिसपे हम बेट कर सकते हैं. वी आर नॉट इनटू नंबर गेम्स, नॉट एट ऑल. हमें नंबर गेम्स में नहीं भागना. वी चूज अ फ्रेंचाइजी पार्टनर्स बाय आर विश. तो कोई ट्रेड सीक्रेट्स नहीं है. अब हमारी एसओपीज एंड प्रोसेसेस एंड ट्रेनिंग्स एंड ऑडिट, ये हमारे 4 मेन पिलर्स हैं, जिसके बेसिस पे हमने 30 फ्रेंचाइजीज करी है, 43 स्टोर्स करे, एंड आगे भी हम हंड्रेड्स ऑफ स्टोर्स ओपन करेंगे.
I have a question for both of them, okay, which is a slightly detailed question. Practically, if I want to start giving out the franchise, how do I find franchisees? How do I make sure I am in a position of choice? कि बहुत सारे मेरे पास relevant applications आए and I am selecting. Okay, so I am being specific in terms of asking कि आपका marketing communication क्या होता है to get interest from as many relevant prospective franchisees as possible. I can start
Yeah.
with you and then maybe Mr. Zafar Khan can add. बोलिए sir.
So basically how it starts is कि अपने बिजनेस मॉडल को पहले प्रूव करना पड़ता है एंड देन वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से आपकी मार्केटिंग होनी शुरू होती है. हमने 4 स्टोर खुद के ओपन करे. अपने आप जयपुर में हमारी मार्केटिंग पिच बनने पर लगी कि प्रोडक्ट इज वेरी गुड. देन हमारे पास फर्स्ट इंक्वायरी आई. जब फर्स्ट इंक्वायरी के बाद में हमने प्रूव कर दिया कि द रिटर्न्स आर वेरी गुड, ब्रेक इवन टाइम पीरियड इज लाइक 12 months. सो उसके बाद में वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से बात अपने आप फैलनी शुरू होती है. सो आफ्टर दैट हमने जयपुर में फ्रेंचाइज करके हमने नेक्स्ट सिटी में हमारी कंपनी ओन स्टोर हमने इंदौर में ओपन किया. इंदौर के बाद में हमने गुजरात में ओपन किया. एंड सो इट स्टार्ट्स. पहले आपको अपनी मॉडल को प्रूव करना पड़ता है, वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से फ्रेंचाइजी आती है. फिर आपको अपनी विजिबिलिटी बढ़ानी पड़ती है डिफरेंट सिटीज पे. it might be via franchisee shows, it can be via Instagram profile. So हमने रिसेंट में फ्रेंचाइजी इंडिया का फ्रेंचाइज शो भी किया था. वहां पे हमें एक बहुत बड़ा एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिला जहां से हमने मोर देन 100 लीड्स जनरेट करी. एंड उस 100 लीड्स में से हमारी 7 फ्रेंचाइजी इंडिया के शो से भी हमारी कन्वर्ट हो गई. सो आपका जो क्वेश्चन था कि कैसे रेज करते हैं, जनरेट कैसे करते हैं इंक्वायरीज. सो इट पहले वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से अपने प्रोडक्ट को प्रूव करके आफ्टर दैट अपनी विजिबिलिटी बढ़ानी पड़ती है. उसके बाद आपके पास जब क्वेरीज आना शुरू होती है तब आप उस स्टेज पे आते हो कि यू कैन चूज हु टू गिव. दिस इज द कंप्लीट सिनेरियो.
Okay, you answer and then we'll take it.
Yeah, see, there are hundreds of ways. There are hundreds of ways to generate the prospective leads. One, as he said, is correct that, like if a franchisee is profitable, they talk and their relatives and friends come in first because they are profitable. So it's the word of the mouth. It is a very powerful marketing. This is a referral marketing. Nothing can be as strong as a referral marketing. Then he said, that we participate in the franchise shows. Yeah, you will get one hell of a lot of leads in the franchise shows. Then you have digital marketing. Google is one of the best. So I would say that if somebody was searching for a franchise or a new business and he come upon that, and then he's likely to take a franchise rather than you go through a Facebook kind of thing where they knock on the door, like they will serve you the ad whether you ask for it or not. Facebook will serve the ad.
You're referring to the Google ad search,
Yeah,
there.
but Google is when you're only served when you're searching something. So that is the difference. So one is the Google is there. Our way of franchising is a bit different. We take radial with the airports. We say make a list of the airport of the tier 1, tier 2, metro, all of that. And 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer around the airport is what we will recruit the franchisee. And then we have a system of Guruji aa rahe, Guruji aa rahe, Guruji aa gaye. This is our system. The first ad aata hai teaser ad. That on so and so date, so and so venue, so and so person is going to come and will be at so and so hotel and blah blah blah. Normally it's a tea time. So then another ad comes, Guruji aa rahe. Hello, Guruji aa rahe. Then again 3 days remaining. Somebody is coming to do this. Somebody is coming to make a presentation. If you are interested, you register. Then aa gaye. That means in your city. So then what happens? We try to book a hotel next to the airport only. So that they don't have to, our people don't have to travel deep into the cities. So then you just go airport to airport, and you do like that. Another way is that you do Google and then who are searching, that they will apply to you. Or a franchise shows, like Franchise India is a very big platform. So their shows are quite good. It is very well attended. Almost sometimes 5,000 prospective franchises walk into the show. But mostly they are browsers, not taker.
So what my questions are motivated. How do you go about selecting the right location for your franchisees and what research goes behind them?
Okay, from a franchisor perspective. Okay, I think interesting question. Both of you can take it one by one. कि how do you decide कि पहले जयपुर जाएंगे और बाद में कोची जाएंगे?
Okay.
लोकेशन कैसे डिसाइड करते हो? You know your go to market
So,
strategy क्या होती है? कि how will you decide कि मैं यहाँ जाऊंगा अब, यहाँ साल बाद, यहाँ 2 साल बाद, या यहाँ नहीं जाऊंगा?
so first of all, ये बहुत बेसिक एंड बहुत प्राइमरी लेवल स्टडी है. सो सबसे पहले अगर हमें किसी भी जगह से फ्रेंचाइजी इंक्वायरी आती है, तो सबसे पहले हम उस सिटी का पॉपुलेशन डायनामिक्स, डेमोग्राफिक डायनामिक्स, हम इन चीज़ों को बहुत अच्छे से चेक करते हैं. सो जब अगर मतलब अगर आप हमारी एनबीसी की प्रेजेंस देखेंगे, तो वी आर प्रेजेंट इन वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री ओनली. राजस्थान, एमपी, गुजरात, and then Maharashtra, and then Karnataka. So we are present in western part of the. So and then ये करने के बाद में हमें आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स हमें क्वेरी आई कि भैया मुझे केरला में कोझिकोडे में फ्रेंचाइजी स्टोर ओपन करना है. दैट वाज अ बिग क्वेश्चन फॉर अस कि क्या हमें इतनी दूर जाना है. एंड आई थिंक ये फ्रेंचाइजी कन्वर्जन आपका जो क्वेश्चन है उसे सॉल्व करेगी. आफ्टर जब हमें कोझिकोडे की क्वेरी आई थी, सो हमने वहाँ पे हमारी टीम भेजी सिटी को स्टडी करने के लिए. सिटी डायनामिक्स, डेमोग्राफिक स्टडी, किस तबके के लोग वहाँ पे ज्यादा है, स्पेंडिंग कैपेसिटी कैसी है, बिजनेस ओरिएंटेड है या फिर सर्विस ओरिएंटेड क्राउड है. सो वी सेंड आवर टीम फॉर द सर्वे. किसी भी सिटी की लोकेशन फाइनलाइजेशन के लिए हमारी टीम का प्राइमरी रोल रहता है उस चीज में करने के लिए. बिकॉज हमारे क्योंकि वी आर इनटू कैफे, ये हमारे लिए एक लग्जरी कम एक नेसेसिटी प्रोडक्ट दोनों है. तो हमारी विजिबिलिटी होना एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. हमारी टीम जाके सर्वे करके आती है हर सिटी के लिए. सिटी डायनामिक्स को हम बहुत अच्छे से चेक करते हैं. अगर किसी सिटी की पॉपुलेशन लेस देन 5 लाख या 6 लाख होती है, तो हम उन सिटी में अभी करंटली एंटर ही नहीं करते. आर मार्केट इज टियर 2 सिटीज, टियर 1 सिटीज. बट अगर किसी की पॉपुलेशन लेस देन 5 लाख की है, सो वी डोंट एंटर इनटू दैट सिटी. क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली उस जगह से फ्रेंचाइजी का आरओआई नहीं निकल के आएगा, क्योंकि पॉपुलेशन लिमिटेड है. वही पॉपुलेशन अगर आपके पास में आएगी तो उनका आरओआई नहीं आएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हमारे पास एक छोटी सी इंक्वायरी आई कि भैया फ्रेंचाइजी शो में हम गए थे फ्रेंचाइजी देने, बट वहां पे हमारे पास अगर क्वेरी आ रही है कि भैया मुझे चित्तौड़गढ़ या पाली में भैया खोलना है, मेरे पास पैसा पड़ा है, मुझे खोलना है. आपका 35 लाख का, 25 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट है, मुझे खोलना है, कुछ भी हो जाए. हम फ्रेंचाइजी इंडिया शो में जहाँ फ्रेंचाइजी सेल आउट करने गए, हम वहां से मना भी करके आए लोगों को कि सॉरी बॉस, यहाँ पे नहीं हो सकता. सो लोकेशन क्राइटेरिया इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वेरी प्राइमरी थिंग. डेमोग्राफिकली नंबर गेम अगेन नहीं खेलना है.
Yeah, but how we perform, huh? You will be shocked. We don't do any studies at all of the territory. So instead of that, what we do? We say, McDonald's है क्या? The territory is good. Simple. McDonald's has done all the studies. Why should we do? We say Kentucky chicken है क्या? He has done the studies. तो इसमें
अगर आपका ब्रांड उससे सिमिलर हो तो वैसा रिप्लाई कर सकते हैं.
अगर मेरा ब्रांड कुछ ऐसा है जो रिटेल एरिया में B2B है, B2C के अंदर में है, then अब रिटेल में मेरे को जाना है, so then I would see that foreign brands आके they do lot of studies, demography, psychography, they huge studies, they put in money. So why should we do it? Why not just latch on to them? So we latch on to them. A plus and minus is that they might not have entered many places, and we might miss on it. But then if the territory is proven by them, then we are good at it. The other way is what he said. There's a lot of hard work. Send a team there, find what demographic, find market potential, study competition, and so on. I mean, both ways good.
अच्छा, एक और relevant question मुझे लगा. In fact, two parts to that question. From somebody who wants to give a franchise. Okay, actually, optical chain, right? He's a chain of optics for Zara Optics. They have outlets in Borivali, Kandivali, right? So they are now exploring this franchise route, and the question he has in mind is very, very specific. If I open franchisee stores, do I have to maintain consistency? कि सब जगह वही product offering रहेगा? or I can, leave it to that market? And what about my pricing? Again, do I have to be consistent, or I can be flexible on my pricing location wise? So, अगर आपको लिए वो relevant है तो आप बोल सकते हैं, नहीं तो आप बोल सकते हैं.
So your question is consistency and flexible on the pricing. Am I right?
Pricing and the product range.
Okay.
If
So
at all- if at all he has a franchisee in Kerala, Kerala already has enough coffee. So do they have some regional specific coffee, or else if this product will be launched only in this city?
can you please repeat the question?
So he's saying if you're going to Kerala, Kerala already is, got its huge
Filter
variety
coffee.
of coffee. So आप वहाँ पे कुछ अलग करोगे, different from what perhaps you do in the other places where you are, or you would just maintain the consistency. Similarly, on the pricing.
So basically, ये question demographically आता ही आता है, and you have, as a franchisor, as a business owner, you have to be very flexible with the customer perception, customer persona. So आपको जहाँ पे rigid होना है, that is your processes and your SOPs and the quality. But जहाँ पे अगर आपको customer के taste के लिए changes करने हैं, तो you have to be flexible enough. सो बेसिकली अगर हम जयपुर में बैठे हैं, जयपुर में लोगों का स्वीट पैलेट है, एंड अगर हम सूरत में जाए तो सूरत में लोगों का एक बिटर पैलेट है, तो हमने हमारी एसओपीज को डेफिनेटली चेंज किया, क्योंकि वरना कस्टमर को अगर पसंद ही नहीं आएगा तो वो उठा के बाहर फेंक देगा. सो यू हैव टू बी फ्लेक्सिबल इनफ इन द कस्टमर टेस्ट पैलेट, बट एट द सेम टाइम आपको क्वालिटी कंसिस्टेंसी, हम उस सिटी डायनेमिक्स के हिसाब से चेंजेस करते हैं प्रोडक्ट में. फॉर एग्जांपल हम कोझिकोड केरला गए तो हमें फिल्टर कॉफी डालना इज अ मैंडेटरी थिंग. हम कर्नाटका गए, रायचूर गए, हैदराबाद गए, फिल्टर कॉफी इज अ मैंडेटरी. बट अगर हम नॉर्थ की बात करें तो नॉर्थ में फिल्टर कॉफी का कंसेप्ट ही नहीं है. तो यू हैव टू बी फ्लेक्सिबल. हमें अगर मिनिएचर साइजेस किसी और सिटी के लिए निकालने पड़े तो हमने वो किया. what we are rigid about is the quality. अगर हमने उन्हें ये बोला है कि भैया फिल्टर कॉफी बनाना है तो फिल्टर कॉफी आपको हमारे प्रोसेस से बनाना है. वी आर फ्लेक्सिबल विद द प्राइसेस एज वेल इन टीयर 1 सिटीज, क्योंकि टीयर 1 सिटीज में द रेंटल्स आर वे टू हाई. उन रेंटल्स को रिकवर करने के लिए वहां की ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट ज्यादा होती है, तो वी हैव टू बी फ्लेक्सिबल विद द टीयर 1 रेंटल्स एज वेल. तो टीयर 1 सिटीज में वहां पे प्राइसेस भी अलग है. सो यस, हमारे सिटी डायनामिक्स अलग होते हैं. हम एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल ले ले. आज जब स्टारबक्स टीयर 1 सिटी से टीयर 2 सिटी में आया तो उसे इंदौर में पोहे भी बेचने पड़ रहे हैं, समोसा भी बेचना पड़ रहा है, क्योंकि वहां पे कस्टमर पर्सोना है. सो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. ये एक मिथ है कि एक ब्रांड एक कंसिस्टेंसी हर जगह पे होती है. ऐसा नहीं है. ब्रांड हैज टू बी फ्लेक्सिबल इनफ अकॉर्डिंग टू योर कस्टमर्स.
Yeah, no, I'll add.
The pricing का थोड़ा डाउन है.
See, I'll just what he said, I will second him. It is like I'm saying few words, different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. To sum it up, so that what happens is, now you will be shocked to know that red label tea, while the carton is exactly the same, the red label, but the tea is changing inside the mixture according to the region. So if you buy red label tea in Gujarat, it will be very different from red label tea in Bombay. But still is red label on top. So the advertising will be uniform red label, but the mix is changing. Now he said about pricing. Yes, of course. Some items can be consistent, some items can be adapted.
So I think we are about to start with the pitches. Just one or two very quick questions which people had. One question I think was related to you. कि अगर मुझे फ्रेंचाइज लेना है तो क्या मेरा हक बनता है कि मैं जो एग्जिस्टिंग फ्रेंचाइज जिन्होंने लिया हुआ है, can I insist on getting their financials, or is it something which is too much to ask for?
I'll answer this. What happens? Every franchisee wants to keep his trade secret, so he doesn't want to really reveal out to somebody because he'll create more competitor for himself. But at least 2 to 3 sample franchises, their balance sheet and profit and loss should be audited and made available to the new prospective franchisee to raise their confidence level. So this, the franchisee has to consent.
Okay. The second question was of a very famous case, MBA चाय वाला. ये लोग लेके फंस गए, फंसे हुए हैं, ये है वो है. तो मेरा तो क्या है, frankly बोलना, I'll just give my 2 bits and then if they want to add. Yeah, you should never have the herd mentality. This is very common. Okay. Okay. I just go with what everyone is going. I think from the beginning of this session, we have been saying, do not discount due diligence. He went as far as saying, okay, you must get at least a few franchisees ka financial audited statements. Okay, it's your hard-earned money. It's very difficult to get out of an investment that you have made. And I think they can add on, is there a way to get out of these situations once as a franchisee you are stuck? I think it's usually bound by whatever is there in the agreement. If you don't have an agreement, go to Indian Contract Act. That's my understanding. You can add to it.
No, what happens is a franchisee is such a thing that if you start your own business and you want to close it and go belly up, you won't be able to sell it. But in the franchising system, the chances are that there will be somebody who will buy you out at a discount. So the store continues. They do close. Like in during COVID time, almost the Javed about 30% stores closed down. So then they reactivate. But what happens? It is a sellable item. So that it doesn't go belly up like that. So a person can come out of it by selling at the best price. So they have to pay the franchisor money to transfer the agreement. That's all. Nothing else.
Okay. So I think we now go on to the which is so we have, as you are aware, we have about 80 people attending this.
Okay.
So there are about 7 or 8 people who want to give out a franchise.
Okay.
Some of them have already given out a couple and they want to do more.
Okay.
So the way we had structured this meet was, in the end, we give them a 1 minute for an elevator pitch.
Okay.
They can reach out because most of the people attending are the ones who want to take a franchise. Of course, since it's a family business setup, there are also a handful who want to give, who are established brands in their own industry. So we are giving a chance to those established brands to make that 1 minute pitch.
Okay. So I can.
So
Yeah. So I can start. I can.
Yeah, you want to go ahead? I think you will give us good guidelines. If you want to 1 minute elevator pitch, then others can take lead from you.
Yeah. So basically, we are into coffee, and coffee is the new thing that is gonna be the next chai. So the market is transferring from chai centric market to a coffee centric market, and the Gen Zs love coffee. So our ROIs are good. The trainings, the processes, the SOPs are very good. So just want to say that this is the right time to invest into the business, the coffee business, and yes, you will make multiple returns for this. Yeah, that's it. That's my pitch only.
So you cannot imagine who I have with me here. Okay, he is an alumni and batch important नहीं है. What he does is important. नाम क्या है भाई तेरे उसका? अभी अपने कॉफी वाले ने चाय को डिस्काउंट के लिए भाई की चाय.
Anybody here from Netherlands? अच्छा, oh, good. Yeah, तो family business हमारा 75 years पुराना Pakistani and we belong to a medical store background, which is again 104 years old, from the fourth generation into the business. So the धंधे में से धंधा निकालना था. I was a very Bollywood guy. So we were all film lovers. That's how I got into my child. So Bollywood theme cafe. और मैं सर की बात से बिल्कुल सहमत नहीं हूँ. Coffee can never replace chai. So guys, include this, the planning my own child since 2017, 17, 18, 19, we failed because we were very new, and 18 से rocket सीधा बहुत अच्छे level पे चले गए. So in terms of turnover, 2020 से 2023 we gone pretty well in 6 profitable, very good outlets that we're running. And I just believe it to a concept, and we've recently got into it. And we've just told my partner right that this we've just got into giving out master franchisee. So we just told Dubai our first master franchisee. So just a third one Hyderabad national level पे, तो हमारा यही था कि शहर में अपनी खुद की सिटी में पूरी तरह से फैलाने से पहले we wanted to jump around everywhere. So we not only jumped around throughout India, but we also went out a little ahead of that. And सबसे पहला तीर जाके दुबई में लगा. So yeah, that's how it's going about. So that's.
If you ask me, somebody who doesn't drink either tea or coffee, yeah, I can say that India is such a huge market that there will always be more than enough space for both. Okay, that's my opinion. It's not tea versus coffee.
My company's name is Dada Optics. It is a 35-year-old brand in the industry. Apart from that, we've got 3 branches right now. Yeah, so my product range is right from 500 rupees to 2.5 lakh rupees. So that includes, Chinese or Korean products as well, mid-range brands and ultra luxury brands as well. So this is my product range. Apart from that, we have a USP of giving you specs within 1 day itself. And to prove it right, I have Jaishankar sir itself because I have done
मेरे
it.
को मालूम था मेरे काम देगा. Okay, I had a situation, okay, कि मेरा चश्मा टूटा, okay, और मेरे माइंड में था कि मेरे को 4 घंटे में चाहिए. So I usually avoid getting anything done from any student. That's in my mind. मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता है. But in this case, I needed it. Okay, and we are located 25 kilometers away in Bombay. But where I stay is literally, where the city starts and means in Bollywood. I just called him and I said कि देख मेरे लिए खास मत करना, क्या तू ऐसा करता है? तो he said, सर हमारी तो वही खासियत है, same day service. Okay, and
even 1 hour.
Yeah, and he got it done. I think whatever time was basically because of the transport or whatever train में travel किया, जो जिसने भी लाया. So they optimized on that. But the best part is that he has the workshops in house. A lot of optics do not have that. Okay, and I think it's taken them very long to realize the power of franchising. It's taken them very long. So I hope all the best to you.
Like people are looking out for franchisees, we can work on 2 different models over here. One is either you can open a complete sunglass store wherein there's just sunglass, nothing else. Most of us, people who would not be from this city, you just go through an airport. Definitely, I am pretty much sure that you would definitely just go to sunglass at once. Not to buy something, but to at least have a look at it. Then maybe you go to your own city and buy it locally. That's fine. But sunglasses is something that almost all of us use. That is one part. Second, people looking for franchisees in Mumbai. Right now, I'm just looking for Mumbai. So we have the entire setup for you. All you have to do is just take the orders from your customers, and we will process the rest.
Greetings everybody, I'm Zafar from GFMP 22nd batch. My company is based in Hyderabad and we are into modular furniture manufacturing. The company is under the name of Yati Kitchen and Wardrobe and it's a family typical business or मेरा contribution was now. So right now So basically, we cater in modular kitchen, wardrobes, and other furniture. Our major market is Hyderabad, and as we see in the past 2 years, our market has expanded pan India. That was the time we realized, okay, now is the time of franchising. We tried a couple of models, but it didn't work out because of wrong structure. And right now, coming to the sales revenue, because numbers is what drives a businessman. Right? Year-on-year revenue of Yati Kitchens and Wardrobes is between 24% to 26%. And this can show the scope of modular technology in India. Because today, 40% of people are choosing modular. But this number is going to expand and increase in the future. That is why in Hyderabad, we were the first modular manufacturers to find this gap. कि आज लोग कारपेंटर के पास जा रहे हैं but नहीं थोड़े दिनों में लोगों को जल्दी चाहिए काम. That was the time when we first set out. We are going to launch out of franchising modeling and everything in the coming 2 years. So for any real-time updates or any progress you want to know about the company, please follow us on the Instagram handle, which is Yati Kitchens. Thank you so much for your time.
So बचपन से यूज किए पेंसिल सब है तो लाल काली पेंसिल. So my grandfather and his friend they were in the vision that पेंसिल में कलर होने चाहिए and पूरी इंडस्ट्री में कलर होने चाहिए जो वो इंडस्ट्री से मर चुका था. There was stagnancy in the industry which we tried to break, and now what we're doing is we're not just pencil, eraser, sharpeners, we're into art materials on large, and what we want to do is franchisees. Why? Because no competitor is trying to do something new for the industry, and stationery is something which you'd like to buy after experiencing it. And with increasing consumerism in the industry, we want to open DOMS experience centers in malls, airports, and different areas of the cities, not only metros, but even the tier 3 cities or tier 3 areas of the country. So whoever's interested.
Do you have any existing?
So what we do right now is we have a lot of displays and display setups in many stores in the country, more than 20,000 stores in the country. But what we want to do is exclusive DOMs in the store. So that's what the vision is.
You.
All well, Anand. Go ahead, shoot. All yours.
I am from GFMB 17. My name is. Hello, hi. Hi everyone. I am from GFMB 17. My name is Anand Garg. Our firm is by the name of Changamal Ramsaran Garg Roya. We are a Lucknowi chicken curry brand since 1897. We are in this business from past 126 years. Yes, you heard it right. 126 years in this business. We are into manufacturing, wholesale, retail, and e-commerce. We have 3 retail outlets in Lucknow itself. And we would like to get into the franchisee model. The model which we want is a 4-4 model. And I'll tell you something about chicken curry. Chicken curry is basically a diminishing art due to which it's a luxury industry, as the quality of artisans and the art is not that the same as the time is passing by. We have in-house 200 artisans with us, and we are working every day just to make this art known to people and mankind. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'm just hoping before we I believe in validation on the spot. For the ones who attended offline, just tell me very frankly, and I love frankness. अगर अच्छा लगा तो 1, बहुत अच्छा लगा तो 2, नहीं अच्छा लगा तो खाली उल्टा कर दो. क्या बात है यार. अच्छा, गुड यार, गुड, वेरी गुड. मेजॉरिटी लोग को होता नहीं, ऑर्गेनाइजर लोग कुछ नहीं करेंगे, उनको ठेंगा देने का. So I hope the online guys also found it worthwhile. So great. Thank you so much.